Hi again, everybody. We're back for a video. It's been a minute since we've really done a proper video like this, but I have two or three planned, and I'm just wanting to make a video real quick about something I really thought was important, and it's something that's been trending online a little bit between Georgia fans, and I was one of the people who kind of started to draw attention to it a little bit, but I always realized that I could do more, so that's exactly what we're about to do, and that's the TBT. The TBT is known as the basketball tournament. It is a tournament that is played during the summer. I don't know the exact date it will be played in this year, but it's usually played in the summer. It started out as these random teams, and then there will be a few college alumni teams. You had, I know for a fact, Kentucky and Louisville were one of the first ones. If I'm wrong on that, correct me. But then now it really truly is just a tournament. There's still a few random odded-in teams in there that filled with people who want to play basketball, which there's nothing wrong with at all. But then most of the teams are alumni teams. As I mentioned, Kentucky and Louisville. I believe Villanova has a TBT team. Georgetown has a TBT team. Now Louisiana Tech is going to have a TBT team. And that rose to the question, why can't Georgia have a basketball tournament team? That would be wonderful. Because I always feel like Georgia could do more for their alumni, and there would be nothing more better to do for your basketball alumni is to let them play in this TBT tournament. What's special about it to me is, and I mentioned this, in quite a few times the last 2 or 3 days, that what's cool about it is you're going to have players from generations. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have different players who played in different eras, who played in different seasons with different coaches and different rosters. Everything is different about these players, and they're all going to be playing for the school they played for. The alumni team, per se, is the team they played for. Georgia had something close to this. If you remember, 3 years ago now, they were supposed to play in the ABL or something. That's 3 years. 2023 was that was 2 years ago now. I remember it was going to have like Terrence Edwards, Jermaine Jones. I can't remember everybody right now, but the team would have been known as the Mean Dogs or something like that. So that was supposed to be the summer of 23. That never happened. I don't even believe that league is even going anymore. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But I would love to see it. Noah Thomason started the idea, and he would be on the team, obviously. Then J.J. Frazier and Terry Fireball Roberts said they would be in. Well, I believe for Kenny Gaines. And then players from the Dennis Felton era, you have Sunday Gaines and Levi Stooks and Mike Mercer and TK, as we always talk about here. And then, if you want to get players from the Jim Herrick years, if they still play basketball, then absolutely more power to you. Then the Mark Fox years, you could go down the list. Like I said, J.J. Frazier, Kenny Gaines, Yate Maton would be one I would have to consider. I made a roster, and I don't know if I still have it saved to my phone. Yeah, I do. So I made a roster. Here's what my roster would be. It would be J.J. Frazier, Sunday Gaines, Noah Thomason, Yate Maton, Braylon Bridges, Kenny Gaines, Trey Tompkins, Mike Mercer, Albert Jackson, T.K. Brown, Hazard Williams, Jonas and Javaris Hayes, and Rashad Wright. So that would be my roster. If anybody disagrees, then you could create your own. But that's what I believe it should be. And I think it would be good for Georgia basketball to have a TBT team. TBT, a lot of people are going to be watching, and a lot of people might not be aware of Georgia basketball. They might not be aware of the Hayes brothers or Sundiata Gaines or J.J. Frazier. And that would be great exposure to. I know it's an alumni team, and those guys, aren't playing with Georgia anymore, but it could give people a look, and they say, I really like the way this J.J. Frazier guy's shooting. Let's see where he came from. He came from Georgia. Well, I'll follow Georgia basketball. I mean, that stuff like that is how fandoms are made. So I think it would be very, very good for Georgia to have a TBT team. That's just my opinion. Look, man, I know there's people who don't care about this, and but I mean, in my opinion, with the way this tournament, and I've watched it from the start. I mean, I've watched it for quite a few years. I remember the first year it started. With the way this tournament has started, it would be very, very neat and cool to see every SEC team have an alumni team. I'm talking about Georgia, obviously. Like if the others can't have one, I want Georgia to have one. But then after Georgia, Florida, Arkansas, LSU, Texas, Oklahoma. I would love to see those teams come up with one. Could you imagine, a Florida TBT team? That team would be just as stacked as any other team. Could you imagine Arkansas, South Carolina? It's something that I hope, and once again, I've watched it from the start, and they've done a tremendous job the entire tournament. Every year they do great. There's great games. The rules are fairly simple if you've never watched basketball. Very, very fun. It lasts for quite a few weeks. It's a very fun tournament, though, and that's why I think Georgia should get in on it. It's great exposure for the program. Everything about it would be great. You get to reunite old teammates, old alumni who want to represent the Georgia. The team name, Louisiana Tech has the Dunkin' Dogs, so they obviously won't be that. How about like the Real Dogs or Mean Dogs or I even thought about maybe the Hoop Hounds. The Athens Hoop Hounds. You might not like it, but the Georgia student section for a long time was known as the Hoop Hounds. So take the name from the student section, slap it onto the TBT team, and there you go. You got the Athens Hoop Hounds. I really like that. I really like that. But yeah, I mean, this would just be something fun. I would love to see this, and I'm sure the players would love to see it. The alumni would love to see it. They'd get to play, and they would get to reunite with Georgia. I love all our players, but let's be honest. There's also players right now who are playing overseas and haven't been to Athens in a while, and that's okay because they're balling out overseas. I mean, Braylon Bridges was playing for the Raiders a few years ago. J.J. Frazier consistently is playing great overseas. Noah Thomason's consistently playing great overseas. I don't know if Sundiata Gaines or Levi Stooks are playing overseas anymore, but or even still playing in general. But it would be very cool. I would love to see that happen. I would bet that if that team got to play, hear me out. If we have a TBT team, I'm willing to bet first year they can make the championship game. That's how talented that team would be. Because I know they're an alumni team, but just hear me out. In football, remember Georgia and Michigan in 2022 or 21? It was it the end of 20? No, it was 2000. It was the 21 season. You get the point of what I'm saying. SEC ball's different. In every sport, SEC ball is different. Georgia would run them whoever they're playing. I don't care if it's Louisville. I don't care if it's the Cincinnati, Xavier, or any of the other teams. I honestly don't care. Could you imagine Georgia running down? Georgia would run these dudes off the court. And I would love to see it. I mean, I would genuinely love to see. This would be something very, very cool for Georgia to have a TBT team. So let me know what you guys think. It's something we'd all love to see. Well, I can't speak for everybody, but I can definitely speak for me and a lot of other Georgia basketball fans. This would be very cool to see. The prize, I think, is like $1 million or something like that. So, they can also get paid while they play, or if they can make it to championship game, I don't know if the winner or does the loser get paid. I don't know. You get what I'm saying, that it would be a fun overall experience for Georgia basketball and a fun experience for our alumni players. So that's all. I gotta record. I'm pretty much gonna do one more video, I think. But thank you guys for watching. And let's see what happens, because it starts in a few months. Let's see if we can make a difference in these next few months and get Georgia a TBT team. Go Dogs.
Dogs do the improbable, the unthinkable, the unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to win the SEC tournament.